Hey everybody, it's Cheryl. I'm back. Sorry that was such a quick video before, but I just wanted to go over those removing the paper with you and not spend all day with you being bored watching me do it. So I did manage to get a bit more done. Actually, I got a lot done on this cow while you were off doing something else. So I just wanted to show you a few things here. He's not done. This is the first layer of paper removed. But I just wanted to show you some of the things that can happen. I did this one in a rush job and it will look amazing when it's done. I've done so many of these now, but I just wanted to point out a few things. Sorry, I'm holding the camera while I'm talking to you. This here is the paper that comes off. That's what it looks like. And that's what it should look like. It comes off and it kind of rolls off. Now, if I go up and over to here, there's still paper under here. There's still another thin coat, and I can kind of rub it. And you can see, I mean, I'm sorry, this isn't a good shot, but you can still see there's a bit more. Let me put a little bit of water on my finger. I'll do the eye. See, there's still a bit more paper in there. See, I can make the black come out a bit better. That foggy look is more paper. So there I am, just removing a little bit more paper on there. Oh, hi, Suzanne. Everybody's still around. Let me just back off a bit, just for you, those of you that might be coming on. This is my cow transfer that I did. He's 24 by 30, so I'm just stepping back. So he's 2 feet by about 30 inches. I'd taken the paper off earlier, about an hour ago, and shared that, and I just didn't want to bore everybody with scraping off paper with my fingers. So I thought I'd pop back on and just show you some of the things that do go on. This line, see this line across here? All the way across there? This one here that I'm rubbing off still? That line there was a wrinkle. See how it goes through his eye and across his nose and across his other cute little eye? Well, that was a wrinkle in the paper. I was trying to show how to do it and talk and not pay attention, and I only put a really thin coat, like super thin coat on of gesso. I probably should have done a bit thicker coat, but it still worked. But that wrinkle, when it stops the ink from adhering, you end up rolling off the ink and the paper at the same time. But that in the end product will look great. I mean, maybe I don't want this going through his eyeball here, but when I stain it, you probably won't even notice it. But I touch everything up with paint anyways. So at least you'll be able to see what I do with that. And if I go over to here, this here, that was a bit of a bubble under the paper. So it didn't grab the gesso, so the paper didn't stick. So all those little faux pas, there's a bigger one here, all those little faux pas turn out really great in the end product because it gives your cow a ton of paper. I mean, a ton of paper, a ton of character. See, another little one there afterwards. But that's the first layer of paper that's come off, and I wanted to show you what that wrinkle did right across. If you didn't get a chance to see the first video, it was posted a couple of days ago. I think about 4 days ago I did it. So you'll see the wrinkle on there. I did point it out. And I will repaint him. Not all of him. I'll add character. I'll darken up the nose a bit. I'll add a bit more black around the edges. And all this yellow stuff you're seeing is still paper. It's not coming into focus. That will still come off. So I'm going to let him dry for a couple of hours. Oh, hello, Suzanne. Do you touch up with paint, then stain? What kind of stain? Yes, I do touch up with paint. Some I do more than others. Like on the sheep, sometimes I just go to town. I feel like it, and I almost redo the whole thing. Other times, I just bang them up really good and add a little bit more black into it, and I do a lot of distressing. And the kind of stain I use, mostly I use Minwax Golden Oak with some paint thinner. It kind of just makes it not so dark. And I antique with tubes of Artist Oil Paint. Grombach, I can't think of the name, Winston. I'm not an artist at all. That's why I do photo transfers. I use the tubes of oil paint, and I wish I had one here, but I will post it, and it is on my website once he's dry, because of course oil and water don't mix. And I do it the stinky way. I know a lot of girls use the water-based stains probably for this. I'm not too sure if they just wax. This is all that I've known that I've done. My background was with furniture finishing and stuff. Whoops, what is this transferred onto? This is actually transferred onto a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood. See the plywood there? Nice layers of plywood. So that's been transferred on to 3/4 inch plywood. And why I chose 3/4 inch plywood is I like to do a nice frame around it. And I'll show you that later. I'm going to go outside in the rain and actually cut the frame out. So 3/4 inch birch plywood. It's got to be good plywood, because if you, I showed it on the previous video, if you don't, it doesn't take, how do I say that? You need a smoother surface for this. Otherwise the rough stuff, and I have done it on barnwood and it does take, but there was lots of gaps missing. Oh, hi Beverly, thank you with a heart, thank you. What is the difference between gesso and Liquitex gel? I've not actually used the gels, but I know it works. I've just used gesso. Gesso also gives me the white background. Let me see here. See? All this white here, that's the gesso. You know, I could have painted my board white, but I find that the Mod Podge, nothing wrong with Mod Podge because it works really well. And I think I have it in my tutorial. I do show the difference between Mod Podge and gesso. The gesso I use is white. It dries white. So the cow print comes out better on white with the white background. Otherwise, a lot of it you see the grain through and the knots through, and I mean that looks really amazing too. It's just preference. I just want this cow to stand right out, and if I had used the anything that dries clear, it wouldn't have stood out. But of course you can use something clear, you just have to paint it first. I'm just lazy, I don't want to paint first. But I know a lot of girls are doing this on furniture and they do amazing work. There's so many of them out there that are doing amazing photo transferring onto dressers and things, and they're using, you know, they're going over top of milk paint or the chalk paints or flat latex paint. A lot of them are doing it, and they're doing it with the gel mediums, and they work out just fine. I just got hooked on gesso and I've got big volumes of it, so I might as well use it up. So that's the answer on that one. It's just you might want to paint the background white first. These stand out better with that. I've done lots where my sheep, the grain just shows through. Just doesn't have the character, and I could show you the difference. So there's those ones there. Those are those questions asked. But again, just really quickly, that's what your paper looks like when it peels off, kind of rolls off. I'll get my finger wet here and just show you for this eye. I mean, there's another, there it is there. I put paper on it. I put water on it. And you can see more the reflection showing. It's not actually peeling it off, that's just a reflection. It is it is peeling it off. See where the black is coming out underneath more? Sorry, it's just hard to do with one hand. That little splotch of black, there's more paper to uncover. And see, one of the other girls was asking why hers went blotchy or it went blotchy. This is all blotchy because there's still more paper on here to come off. Like right now, I can roll. See, I'm taking off more paper. Let me just get that wet again. See, there's more paper to come off. I do it in about 2 or 3 applications. So there is more paper there. So thanks to you guys for watching again, and you're so welcome. Those that have left comments, thank you. And yeah, I'll show you the finished one later on. I'll try and get this guy done today, and I've also got the sheep to do too. Hey, look at all those beautiful hearts coming across. Thank you. I don't know who did that. Let me put this down for a minute, and I'll just grab the sheep again. So you're going to just see his nose for a minute. Sorry. Oopsie, I got to put this down. Stay there. I'm coming right back. Sorry. Sorry about that. There's the sheep. He's been completely, all the paper has gone off this sheep. And of course it's flat because I need to put a finish on it. And see those little weird things there? Again, a wrinkle. But those wrinkles look amazing afterwards. So there's the sheep. I'm going to try and get the frames done today. The sheep is ready for his stain and his painting, and I'm going to try and show you that tonight. And the cow will be another day until I get all the paper off him. So thanks you guys. Thanks Judy. Thanks Amy who are on here now. If you guys have got any more questions, just leave them and I'll try and answer them later on. So goodbye from the Moody Sheep and the content cow who's buried under there now. Have a great day. Bye.